Welcome back, coin lovers and history hunters. Today we're uncovering a wartime silver treasure that shocked the numismatic world, the USA Thomas Jefferson Nickel. This isn't just 5 cents, it's a World War II survivor, a condition rarity legend, and in top grades, a coin worth thousands of dollars. Stay with us as we break down what makes this nickel so valuable, how collectors spot the rarest examples, and why elite specimens are disappearing into private collections. If you love rare coins, hidden value, and real history in your hands, this episode is for you. Let's get started. First up to in the 1945, P. Monticello Thomas Jefferson 5-cent nickel occupies a distinctive and respected position in United States numismatics, particularly among collectors who specialize in wartime coinage and condition rarity issues. Although it is sometimes mistakenly associated with bicentennial themes, its true importance lies in its World War II composition, large wartime mint mark, and exceptional value potential in top-tier grades. This coin is highly sought after not because it is rare in absolute terms, but because elite, superbly preserved examples are exceptionally difficult to locate. As a result, the finest certified specimens command strong premiums and remain a cornerstone of advanced Jefferson nickel collections. The 1945 P. Jefferson nickel was struck at the Philadelphia Mint during the final year of World War II, a period when the United States Mint altered nickel coinage compositions to conserve strategic metals for the war effort. From 1942 through 1945, Jefferson nickels were produced using a unique alloy of 35% silver, 56% copper, and 9% manganese, replacing the traditional nickel content. The prominent P mint mark above Monticello, the first time Philadelphia ever used a mint mark on U.S. coinage, instantly distinguishes this issue from earlier and later nickels. As the closing chapter of America's wartime silver nickel series, the 1945 P represents both economic adaptation and historical transition. Visually, the 1945 P. Jefferson nickel adheres to Felix Schlag's classic design, featuring a dignified left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, paired with Monticello on the reverse. What sets this issue apart is the large, bold mint mark positioned above Monticello, a defining hallmark of wartime nickels. Measuring 21.2 millimeters in diameter and weighing 5 grams, the coin's silver content gives it a subtly brighter surface and softer strike characteristics compared to standard nickels. In high-grade examples, fully defined steps on Monticello, especially those certified as full steps, FS, greatly enhance both visual appeal and market desirability. While the overall mintage of the 1945 P. Jefferson nickel exceeds 100 million pieces, true rarity emerges at the highest condition levels. The vast majority of surviving coins show weak strikes, surface abrasions, or impaired luster due to heavy circulation and wartime production shortcuts. Coins graded MS66 and above, particularly with full steps designation, are scarce, and MS67 examples are exceptionally rare, forming the elite tier of survivorship. It is this condition rarity, not raw mintage, that drives intense collector competition and elevates the coin into the upper echelon of Jefferson nickel collecting. In circulated condition, the 1945 P nickel typically trades near its silver value, often between $1.50 and $5 depending on where. However, uncirculated pieces tell a very different story. Certified MS65 examples commonly sell for $30 to $75, while MS66 coins can reach $250 to $600, especially with strong eye appeal. At the pinnacle, MS67 full-step specimens have realized prices exceeding $3,000 to $5,000 at major auctions, making them among the most valuable non-proof Jefferson nickels of the wartime era. Demand remains stable to strong, supported by registry collectors and long-term appreciation trends for condition rarity coins. Collectors pursuing the 1945 P. Jefferson nickel should focus on strike quality, luster, and reverse detail, especially the steps of Monticello. Certification by respected grading services such as PCGS or NGC is essential, particularly for higher grade or full steps examples. Proper storage in inert holders is critical due to the coin's silver content, which is more reactive than standard nickel alloy. Advanced collectors often acquire top specimens through major auctions or established numismatic dealers, where provenance and grading confidence add long-term security to the investment. The 1945 P. Monticello Thomas Jefferson Nickel stands as a powerful symbol of America's wartime resilience and minting innovation. Though not a bicentennial issue, its silver composition, historic mint mark, and extreme scarcity in elite condition make it one of the most valuable and respected Jefferson nickels in existence. For collectors who appreciate historical depth, technical nuance, and market strength, this coin offers enduring appeal and meaningful investment potential. As high-grade examples continue to disappear into long-term collections, the finest 1945 P nickels are likely to remain prized treasures in modern numismatics. Beyond its core wartime identity, the 1945 P. Jefferson Nickel occupies a special niche within advanced registry set collecting, where minute differences in strike sharpness and surface preservation can separate an ordinary example from a record-setting coin. Collectors competing in certified registry programs place extraordinary emphasis on top population coins, and this competitive environment has dramatically elevated the desirability of the finest known specimens. As a result, even slight upgrades in grade, from MS66 to MS67, or the addition of a full steps designation, can multiply market value several times over, reinforcing the coin's status as a condition-sensitive modern classic rather than a routine silver issue. Another key contributor to the coin's prestige is the technical difficulty involved in producing sharply struck wartime nickels. The silver manganese alloy used in 1945 was harder to work with than traditional nickel, often resulting in soft details and weak reverse definition. This manufacturing challenge explains why fully detailed Monticello steps are so elusive for this date. Coins displaying uninterrupted step lines are widely regarded as the result of exceptional planchet quality and precise die alignment, making them tangible artifacts of minting excellence achieved under wartime constraints. The 1945 P. Jefferson Nickel has demonstrated notable resilience compared to many other mid-20th century U.S. coins. While common-date circulated examples track silver fluctuations, high-grade certified pieces have shown steady long-term appreciation driven by shrinking supply and expanding collector sophistication. As more collectors transition from casual accumulation to condition-focused specialization, premium wartime nickels continue to outperform generic issues, positioning elite 1945 P specimens as a stable and historically grounded numismatic asset. This coin serves as a gateway for collectors seeking to understand the broader narrative of U.S. monetary adaptation during global conflict. It illustrates how national priorities directly influenced coinage materials, design conventions, and minting practices. For historians and numismatists alike, the 1945 P nickel represents a convergence of economics, politics, and artistry, offering far more depth than its modest face value suggests. This layered significance adds intellectual appeal that enhances its long-term collectability. The enduring fascination with the 1945 P. Monticello Jefferson Nickel lies in its balance of accessibility and exclusivity. While affordable examples allow entry-level collectors to own a genuine wartime silver coin, the finest surviving specimens remain fiercely contested by elite collectors. This dual appeal ensures sustained market activity across all grade levels. As time continues to thin the population of pristine examples, the most exceptional 1945 P nickels are poised to remain among the most respected and valuable issues within the Jefferson Nickel series, securing their place in the upper tier of modern U.S. coin collecting. Next up to in the 1944, P. Monticello Thomas Jefferson Nickel 5-cent piece stands among the most fascinating and valuable issues in the entire Jefferson Nickel series, especially when encountered in exceptional condition or with notable wartime characteristics. Often regarded by advanced collectors as one of the crown jewels of the World War II-era war nickels, this coin commands strong attention due to its unique composition, historical importance, and steadily rising market value. Its appeal is rooted not only in scarcity at the highest grades, but also in its connection to a pivotal moment in American and global history. For numismatists, the 1944 P. Jefferson Nickel represents a perfect blend of history, artistry, and long-term investment potential, making it highly sought after in today's competitive coin market. Minted in 1944 at the Philadelphia Mint, the 1944 P. Jefferson Nickel was produced during the height of World War II, a period when the United States redirected critical resources toward the war effort. To conserve nickel, an essential metal for military production, the U.S. Mint altered the coin's composition, creating what are now known as war nickels. These coins replaced the traditional nickel alloy with a silver-based composition and were clearly marked with a large mint mark above Monticello on the reverse for the first time in U.S. coinage history. Bearing the P mint mark, the 1944 issue reflects America's industrial strength and resilience during wartime, making it a tangible artifact of national sacrifice and determination. The design of the 1944 P. Jefferson Nickel remains faithful to Felix Schlag's original Jefferson Nickel concept, yet its material and subtle visual traits set it apart. The obverse features a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson with sharp lettering and defined facial details in high-grade examples. The reverse displays Monticello with the iconic large P mint mark above it, a defining hallmark of wartime nickels. Composed of 35% silver, 56% copper, and 9% manganese, the coin weighs 5 grams and measures 21.2 millimeters in diameter. In uncirculated or full-step condition, the coin exhibits strong luster and crisp architectural lines on Monticello, qualities that significantly enhance both its beauty and market value. While millions of 1944 P. Jefferson Nickels were struck, true rarity emerges at the upper end of the grading scale. Coins that survive in pristine uncirculated condition, particularly those designated with full steps, FS, on the reverse, are exceptionally scarce. Weak strikes and wartime production pressures often resulted in softly defined steps on Monticello, making sharply struck examples highly desirable. As a result, collectors place immense value on coins graded MS66, MS67, or higher by major grading services. The combination of wartime composition, historical demand, and condition rarity drives intense competition among collectors seeking top-tier specimens. The market value of the 1944 P. Jefferson Nickel varies dramatically based on condition and strike quality. Circulated examples typically trade in the modest range, often between $2 and $10, largely reflecting their silver content. However, uncirculated examples can command $50 to $150, depending on eye appeal and luster. The true elite pieces, those graded MS67 or higher with full steps, can achieve prices ranging from $2,000 to over $6,000 at major auctions, with record-setting examples occasionally exceeding those figures. Steady collector interest, combined with the intrinsic silver content and limited high-grade population, has contributed to consistent long-term appreciation. Collectors pursuing the 1944 P. Jefferson Nickel should focus on condition, strike sharpness, and professional certification. Always examine the steps of Monticello carefully, as full steps designations dramatically increase value. Purchasing coins graded by reputable services such as PCGS or NGC helps ensure authenticity and accurate grading. Proper storage, using inert holders in a controlled environment, is essential to preserve luster and prevent toning or corrosion. Acquiring this coin through established dealers, reputable auctions, or trusted numismatic communities can help collectors secure high-quality examples while avoiding altered or overgraded pieces. In summary, the 1944 P. Monticello Thomas Jefferson Nickel 5-cent coin holds a distinguished place in U.S. numismatics, celebrated for its wartime origins, distinctive silver composition, and strong investment appeal. Its historical resonance, combined with visual elegance and genuine scarcity in top grades, makes it a compelling addition to any serious collection. Whether valued as a historical artifact, a work of miniature art, or a long-term store of value, the 1944 P. Jefferson Nickel continues to captivate both seasoned collectors and newcomers alike, standing as a powerful symbol of American history and enduring numismatic worth. Beyond standard grading, advanced collectors closely study the 1944 P. Jefferson Nickel for subtle die varieties and strike nuances that can dramatically influence value. Wartime production placed heavy stress on dies, resulting in variations in lettering sharpness, mint mark placement, and Monticello detail. Coins with exceptionally bold devices, squared rims, and sharply separated architectural lines stand far above average examples. Some specimens exhibit unusually strong obverse detail paired with crisp reverse definition, a combination that is rare for this issue and highly prized. While major double die varieties are scarce for 1944 P, minor die polish lines and die state characteristics are actively collected by specialists and can add desirability when paired with high numeric grades. A key factor underpinning the value of the 1944 P. Jefferson nickel is its 35% silver composition, which provides a built-in precious metal floor price. Unlike standard copper-nickel issues, this wartime alloy gives the coin lasting intrinsic appeal even in lower grades. During periods of rising silver prices, demand for war nickels often increases, creating additional upward pressure on market values. However, for high-grade certified examples, numismatic value far outweighs melt value, sometimes by hundreds of times. This dual appeal, both as silver bullion and as a collectible artifact, makes the 1944 P particularly resilient during broader market fluctuation. In modern numismatics, registry set competition has significantly elevated the value of top population 1944 P. Jefferson Nickels. Collectors competing for top rankings seek the finest known examples, often driving prices sharply higher at auction. A single population top MS67+ or full steps coin can spark intense bidding wars, as replacing such a piece is nearly impossible. This competitive environment has helped establish record prices and has reinforced the coin's reputation as a condition rarity. As registry participation continues to grow, demand for elite examples of the 1944 P is expected to remain exceptionally strong. From an investment standpoint, the 1944 P. Jefferson nickel offers a compelling balance of historical importance, limited top-grade supply, and consistent collector demand. Over the past decades, premium examples have shown steady appreciation, particularly those with full steps designations and superior eye appeal. Unlike speculative modern issues, this coin's value is anchored in proven scarcity and enduring historical relevance. Many seasoned collectors view high-grade 1944 P. nickels as long-term holdings rather than short-term trades, confident that their desirability will persist across future generations of collectors. Ultimately, the lasting appeal of the 1944 P. Monticello Jefferson Nickel lies in its powerful narrative and tangible quality. It represents a nation at war, adapting its coinage to meet extraordinary circumstances while preserving artistic integrity. For collectors, owning a premium example is akin to holding a small but meaningful piece of American history. Its combination of silver content, wartime symbolism, aesthetic strength, and proven market performance ensures that the 1944 P remains one of the most respected and valuable issues in the Jefferson Nickel series. As interest in classic U.S. coinage continues to grow worldwide, this remarkable nickel is well positioned to maintain, and potentially increase, its stature and worth in the numismatic world. Next up in the 1943 P. Monticello Jefferson Nickel 5-cent stands as one of the most fascinating and valuable issues within the Jefferson Nickel series, especially when encountered in top-tier condition or with notable minting characteristics. Struck during a pivotal moment in American history, this wartime nickel holds a special place in U.S. numismatics due to its unique composition, historical importance, and strong collector demand. Among Jefferson nickels, the 1943 P is particularly sought after because it represents a dramatic departure from standard coinage practices, and high-grade examples today command impressive premiums. Its combination of scarcity in pristine condition, intrinsic silver content, and enduring historical narrative has elevated it into the upper tier of collectible mid-20th century U.S. coins. The 1943 P. Jefferson nickel was minted at the Philadelphia Mint during World War II, a time when the United States redirected critical metals toward the war effort. Nickel, essential for military equipment, was removed from 5-cent coin production, leading to the introduction of the famous wartime nickel, alloy composed of 35% silver, 56% copper, and 9% manganese. This change marked the first and only time silver was used in circulating U.S. nickels. The large P mint mark above Monticello on the reverse, also a first for Philadelphia coinage, signified both its origin and its special wartime composition. Bearing the portrait of Thomas Jefferson and his Virginia home, Monticello, the coin symbolized continuity and national identity during a period of global uncertainty and sacrifice. Visually and technically, the 1943 P nickel is distinct from its non-wartime counterparts. Designed by Felix Schlag, the obverse features a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson with refined wartime striking characteristics that, in high grades, display sharp facial contours and crisp lettering. The reverse showcases Monticello with the bold P mint mark prominently placed above the dome, immediately identifying it as a silver wartime issue. Measuring 21.2 millimeters in diameter and weighing 5 grams, the coin's altered alloy gives it a slightly different surface texture and toning profile, often resulting in attractive silver gray or multicolored patina on well-preserved specimens. Fully struck examples with strong steps on Monticello, known as full steps varieties, are especially prized for their visual appeal and technical excellence. While the overall mintage of the 1943 P. Jefferson Nickel exceeded 271 million pieces, true rarity emerges when condition and strike quality are considered. Most surviving examples show where a weak strikes due to wartime production pressures and heavy circulation. High-grade uncirculated coins, particularly those graded MS-66 and above, are scarce, and specimens designated with full steps are exceptionally rare. Minor varieties, such as doubled dies or repunched details, further enhance desirability. As with all Jefferson nickels, condition plays a decisive role in value. A modest circulated example may be common, but a sharply struck, problem-free coin with original luster becomes a standout rarity in today's market. The market value of the 1943 P. Jefferson Nickel varies dramatically based on grade, strike, and certification. Circulated examples typically trade in the $2 to $5 range due to their silver content, while standard uncirculated coins may range from $10 to $40. However, high-end specimens tell a very different story. Coins graded MS-66 often sell for several $100s, and MS-67 examples can reach into the low to mid-four-figure range. The most valuable pieces are those certified with full steps, where auction results have exceeded $5,000 and, in exceptional cases, climbed significantly higher depending on eye appeal and toning. Steady collector interest in wartime coinage and silver-bearing U.S. issues continues to support long-term price stability and gradual appreciation. For collectors seeking a premium 1943 P. Jefferson Nickel, careful selection is essential. Focus on coins with strong strikes, minimal contact marks, and intact original luster. Certification by reputable grading services such as PCGS or NGC is highly recommended, especially for high-value uncirculated or full steps examples, as authentication and accurate grading greatly affect market confidence. Proper storage in inert holders or climate-controlled environments helps preserve surfaces and prevent toning damage. Acquisition strategies should include established coin dealers, major numismatic auctions, and well-regarded collector networks, where provenance and grading standards are clearly documented. The 1943 P. Monticello Thomas Jefferson Nickel is far more than a common wartime relic. It is a historically rich, visually distinctive, and financially compelling collectible. Its silver composition, unique mint mark placement, and connection to World War II give it enduring significance, while its scarcity in top condition drives substantial market value. Whether pursued as a cornerstone of a Jefferson Nickel set, a representative wartime issue, or a long-term investment, the 1943 P. Nickel continues to captivate collectors at all levels. Its blend of history, artistry, and proven worth ensures its lasting appeal and solidifies its status as one of the most valuable and respected issues in the Jefferson Nickel series. Beyond its basic classification as a wartime issue, the 1943 P. Jefferson Nickel occupies a position of prestige within advanced numismatic circles. It represents a rare intersection of emergency metallurgy, patriotic symbolism, and large-scale circulation, making it far more than a routine 5-cent piece. Collectors view it as a tangible artifact of American resilience during World War II, and this emotional and historical resonance significantly enhances its desirability. Unlike many modern commemoratives produced solely for collectors, the 1943 P. Nickel was a working coin that passed through the hands of millions during a defining era, which adds authenticity and depth to its legacy. This intrinsic historical gravitas plays a crucial role in sustaining long-term collector demand and premium valuations. One of the most critical value drivers for the 1943 P. Jefferson Nickel is strike quality, particularly the presence of fully defined steps on Monticello. Wartime production challenges, such as worn dies, rushed output, and metal inconsistencies, often resulted in weakly struck reverses. As a result, coins exhibiting uninterrupted, sharply defined steps are extraordinarily rare. The full steps designation is not merely cosmetic. It represents technical perfection under adverse minting conditions. Coins earning this designation routinely sell for many multiples of their non-full steps counterparts, even within the same numerical grade. This extreme condition rarity transforms the 1943 P from a historically interesting coin into a true high-end numismatic prize. Another factor elevating the most valuable 1943 P nickels is exceptional eye appeal, particularly natural toning resulting from the wartime silver alloy. Over decades, well-preserved examples can develop vibrant hues ranging from soft champagne and steel blue to deep gold, violet, and iridescent rainbow patterns. Such toning, when original and undisturbed, can dramatically increase auction results beyond standard price guides. Advanced collectors often compete aggressively for beautifully toned specimens, viewing them as unique works of numismatic art. In elite auctions, visual appeal can outweigh technical grade alone, pushing final prices into record territory and reinforcing the coin's reputation as a visually captivating collectible. Adding another layer of rarity and value are error coins and die varieties associated with the 1943 P issue. While not as plentiful as standard strikes, examples featuring doubled dies, die cracks, or planchet anomalies attract strong interest from specialists. These errors are especially desirable when paired with high-grade preservation, as wartime minting errors often occurred under less controlled conditions. Certified error examples can command significant premiums, particularly when clearly visible without magnification. Such pieces appeal to collectors who seek coins that tell an even more complex production story, further enhancing the 1943 P nickel's reputation as a multifaceted and intellectually engaging collectible. From an investment standpoint, the 1943 P Jefferson Nickel has demonstrated consistent resilience within the broader U.S. coin market. Its value is supported by multiple pillars: historical significance, silver content, collector nostalgia, and extreme condition rarity at the top end. While common circulated examples remain affordable, elite specimens, especially MS-67 full steps coins, have shown steady appreciation over time. Market trends indicate that as registry set competition intensifies and high-grade populations remain fixed, demand will continue to outpace supply. This makes the finest known examples particularly attractive to investors seeking stability combined with long-term growth potential. Next up in the 1989, D. Monticello Jefferson Nickel occupies a fascinating and often misunderstood position in modern U.S. numismatics. While it was produced during an era of high mintages and everyday circulation, the most expensive and most valuable examples of this issue, particularly those in exceptional condition or with rare strike characteristics, have become highly sought after by advanced collectors. In the uppermost grades, the 1989 D. Jefferson Nickel transforms from a common 5-cent coin into a premium collectible that commands serious attention in the marketplace. Its importance lies not in its face value or general availability, but in the extraordinary scarcity of flawless survivors, making it a compelling target for registry set builders and condition-focused numismatists. The 1989 D. Jefferson Nickel was minted at the Denver Mint during the later years of the classic Monticello reverse design, which had been in continuous use since 1938. This period reflects a mature phase of U.S. coinage, when production efficiency and speed were prioritized over artistic refinement. The coin bears the enduring image of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and principal author of the Declaration of Independence, symbolizing democratic ideals and intellectual legacy. Although 1989 was not tied to a specific national commemoration, it represents the final decades of the traditional Jefferson-Monticello pairing before the design changes of the early 2000s, giving it retrospective historical relevance within the broader Jefferson Nickel series. Artistically, the 1989 D. Jefferson Nickel adheres to Felix Schlag's iconic design. The obverse features a left-facing portrait of Jefferson with crisp lettering when well struck, while the reverse displays Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia estate, rendered with classical symmetry. Composed of a copper-nickel alloy, 75% copper, 25% nickel. The coin measures 21.2 millimeters in diameter and weighs 5 grams. What makes elite examples visually special is the presence of sharp architectural lines on Monticello, strong steps beneath the portico, and satiny or lightly frosted mint luster. Coins achieving full steps, FS, designation exhibit exceptional die quality and strike precision, setting them apart dramatically from typical circulation strikes. Despite a mintage exceeding 570 million coins, true rarity emerges at the top of the grading scale. The overwhelming majority of 1989 D nickels entered circulation or were poorly preserved in rolls and bags. As a result, specimens graded MS67 and higher, especially with full steps, are exceedingly scarce. Minor contact marks, weak strikes, or dull luster usually prevent coins from achieving elite grades. This extreme condition rarity is the primary driver of collector demand, as only a tiny fraction of the original production survives in a state worthy of premium certification and registry competition. In circulated or average uncirculated condition, the 1989 D. Jefferson Nickel remains modestly valued. However, the most expensive examples tell a very different story. Coins graded MS67 can command prices in the range of $150 to $400, depending on eye appeal and strike quality. Truly elite specimens graded MS68, particularly those certified with the full steps designation, have realized prices between $2,000 and $5,000 at auction, with record-setting examples occasionally exceeding these figures. Market value is driven by population scarcity, grading service certification, and demand from high-end collectors seeking the finest known examples for competitive sets. Collectors pursuing the 1989 D. Jefferson Nickel should focus on condition above all else. Look for sharply defined steps on Monticello, clean fields, and original mint luster free of discoloration. Certification by major grading services such as PCGS or NGC is essential, as authentication and grade verification significantly impact value. Proper storage in inert holders and climate-controlled environments helps preserve surface quality. Acquisition strategies include monitoring major coin auctions, networking within numismatic communities, and searching original mint rolls, where the occasional high-grade survivor may still be discovered. The 1989 D. Monticello Thomas Jefferson Nickel stands as a powerful reminder that rarity in modern coinage is often defined by condition rather than age. While common in name, the finest examples are anything but ordinary, offering substantial historical, aesthetic, and investment appeal. For collectors who appreciate precision, scarcity, and the challenge of assembling top-tier sets, this coin represents an exceptional opportunity. Its enduring design, combined with extreme high-grade rarity and proven market performance, ensures that the most valuable 1989 D. Jefferson Nickels will continue to hold a respected and potentially appreciating place in modern U.S. numismatics. One of the most critical factors separating ordinary 1989 D. Jefferson Nickels from the most valuable elite examples is strike quality, particularly on the reverse steps of Monticello. The full steps, FS, designation requires at least 5 or 6 uninterrupted horizontal steps beneath the portico, a feature notoriously difficult to achieve during late 1980s mass production. Weak strikes, worn dies, and high-speed minting conditions at the Denver Mint resulted in most coins showing blurred or incomplete steps. As a result, collectors place exceptional premiums on sharply struck pieces, viewing them as technical masterpieces of modern minting. These coins are not merely well-preserved. They represent the pinnacle of what the Denver Mint was capable of producing during this era. The 1989 D. Jefferson Nickel holds elevated importance within competitive registry sets, where collectors strive to assemble the highest graded examples of each date and mint mark. Because top-grade specimens are so scarce, owning an MS68 or MS67 plus full steps example can significantly elevate a registry ranking. This competitive pressure fuels sustained demand and drives prices upward, even when the broader coin market softens. Advanced collectors are often willing to pay aggressive premiums to secure a single upgrade coin, making the finest 1989 D. Nickels disproportionately valuable compared to their more common counterparts. While major die errors are relatively uncommon for this issue, minor varieties such as off-center strikes, die clashes, and doubled dies do exist and add another layer of collectability. High-grade error coins from 1989 D can command impressive premiums, especially when paired with strong eye appeal. These pieces appeal to a niche segment of the market that values minting anomalies alongside condition rarity. When certified and well documented, Such varieties enhance the historical narrative of the coin and reinforce its desirability among specialists seeking something truly distinctive. From an investment standpoint, the most expensive 1989 D. Jefferson Nickels demonstrate how modern coins can achieve blue-chip status within their series. Population reports show little growth at the highest grade levels, meaning supply is effectively fixed while demand continues to rise as more collectors enter the market. This imbalance supports long-term price stability and gradual appreciation. Unlike speculative trends, the value of top-condition examples is rooted in measurable scarcity and sustained collector interest, making them attractive to disciplined numismatic investors. Ultimately, the 1989 D. Monticello Jefferson Nickel has secured a lasting legacy far beyond its humble origins as a circulating 5-cent coin. Its significance lies in the contrast between mass production and elite survival, a dynamic that defines modern condition rarity collecting. For numismatists who appreciate precision, history, and the challenge of acquiring the best, this coin stands as a benchmark issue. As time passes and pristine examples become even harder to locate, the most valuable 1989 D. Jefferson Nickels are poised to remain cornerstone pieces within advanced collections and modern U.S. coinage history.